Epic love stories of ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt, a land where the Nile's waters birthed empires, where gods walked among mortals, and where love and power intertwined to shape history. Behind the grandeur of pyramids and temples lie tales of passion, ambition, and heartbreak. Today, we unravel the epic love stories of Egypt's most iconic couples, romances that transcended time and still whisper secrets to us today. Cleopatra and Mark Antony, the scandal that shook empires. Cleopatra VII, a queen so cunning, she smuggled herself into Julius Caesar's chambers rolled inside a carpet. But her greatest love story began with Rome's fiercest general, Mark Antony. Their affair was a whirlwind of politics and passion. They married in an Egyptian ceremony, even though Antony had a wife in Rome. Together they hosted legendary feasts, drank pearls dissolved in vinegar, and declared themselves incarnations of Isis and Dionysus. But Rome feared their power. When Emperor Octavian defeated their forces at the Battle of Actium, Antony fell on his sword, dying in Cleopatra's arms. Days later, rather than face humiliation, Cleopatra let an asp bite her chest. Their tragic end marked the fall of Egypt, but immortalized a love that dared to defy empires. Akhenaten and Nefertiti, the revolutionary lovers. Pharaoh Akhenaten and Queen Nefertiti weren't just rulers, they were rebels. Defying centuries of tradition, Akhenaten abolished Egypt's pantheon of gods to worship a single deity, Aten, the sun disk. But his greatest ally was Nefertiti, whose name means the beautiful one has come. Together they built a new capital, Amarna, where art flourished in raw, intimate forms. Scenes carved into walls show them kissing, playing with their 6 daughters, and basking in Aten's rays, unheard of for pharaohs, who were rarely depicted as human. But was their love a partnership or propaganda? When Akhenaten mysteriously vanished from records, Nefertiti stepped into power as co-pharaoh, ruling under the name Nefertiti. Some say she died heartbroken, others claim she was erased by rivals. Their city crumbled, but their legacy of radical love and devotion burns like the sun they worshipped. Tutankhamun and Ankhesenamun, the teenage king's forbidden love. King Tutankhamun was just 9 when he ascended the throne and married his half-sister Ankhesenamun. Their union was meant to preserve royal blood, but letters suggest a deeper bond. Tragedy struck early. Their 2 daughters were stillborn, buried beside Tut in his tomb. When Tut died mysteriously at 19, Ankhesenamun became a pawn in a deadly game. Desperate, she wrote to the Hittite king, "Send me a prince to marry. I will never take a servant as my husband." But the prince was murdered en route and Ankhesenamun vanished. Some say she married Tut's successor, Ai, a man old enough to be her grandfather. Their story is one of gilded youth, whispered conspiracies, and a queen's fight for survival. Beyond Pharaohs. Love in the shadows of the Nile. While pharaohs ruled, ordinary Egyptians penned history's oldest love songs. A farmer once wrote to his wife, "My heart flutters like a lotus in the wind when I see you." Marriages were contracts, but tombs reveal tenderness. One grave inscription reads, "She made my heart soar for 30 years. May I hold her again in the field of reeds." Even in death, love endured. From divine pharaohs to star-crossed farmers, love in ancient Egypt was a force as mighty as the Nile itself. These stories of devotion, ambition, and sacrifice remind us that even in a world of gold and gods, the human heart remains the greatest mystery. Like and subscribe to uncover more secrets of history's greatest romances. The past is waiting.